Worst to Best is a series where I rank all weapons within a class after I've unlocked Mastery Camos and have a considerable amount of experience with each weapon. And this video is all about the Marksman Rifles. Not just the Modern Warfare 3 ones, I'm including the Modern Warfare 2 Marksman Rifles as well because some of them are decent and some of them are entertainingly terrible. Please don't forget to like the video and consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, you're welcome to leave your own worst to best list in the comments if you happen to disagree. But with that said, we're going to rapid fire through the first half of my list. These are some of the worst weapons in the game that don't deserve much time. At the number 12 absolute worst spot is the Tempus Torrent from Modern Warfare 2. This has slow movement, slower handling, the time to kill is slower than the worst LMGs in this game, and it has unusable recoil. It has a large jump after the first shot, then it ends up bouncing all over the place and it feels impossible to land 3 shots. At the number 11 spot, also one of the worst weapons in the game, is the EBR-14. Now this has some decent handling and a fast reload and low recoil, so it's relatively easy to use, but the time to kill is 420 milliseconds, which is painfully slow for Modern Warfare 3, and you'll feel this in game. This weapon is just not worth your time. At the number 10 spot, we have the SPR-208, and at the number 9 spot, we have the SAB-50. We're talking about both of these at the same time because they're both bolt-action marksman rifles from Modern Warfare 2. They both were very popular in Modern Warfare 2, and they're both near useless in Modern Warfare 3 because now they can one shot, but only to the chest and up. And it's only between 0 and 10 meters, which is not very long at all. You're going to be better off using the longbow if you want to use these weapons. The 2-shot kill you'll be getting more often than not with the SPR and the SAB nearly takes a full second. The last of the garbage on this list, but at least this one is somewhat usable, is the Lockwood Mk2. This has fast handling, fast mobility, but the range has been severely nerfed from Modern Warfare 2, so now it can only one-shot to the chest up to just 6 meters. It can one-shot to the head up to 50 meters, which is nice, but if you're not accurate, you're going to be looking at a 2-shot kill primarily with this weapon. But what's nice about the Lockwood, though, is that it has a fast fire rate, so your 2-shot kill with this Lockwood is going to be twice as fast as those Modern Warfare 2 bolt-action rifles we just talked about. So this weapon is less of a struggle to use, but I really wouldn't recommend using it. Let's get into the good stuff, or at least the usable stuff in this game. At the number 7 spot, we have the crossbow. This is a bit out of place in terms of its star rating, but I settled with placing it here on the list because it's a bit of a unique weapon and it's kind of hard to fit in a list. Preferably, I would give this an honorable mention, but the crossbow is 100% better than those Modern Warfare 2 Marksman Rifles we just sped through. The crossbow does deal less damage in Modern Warfare 3. It will be a one-shot to the chest only within 50 meters, but the explosive bolts will be a one-shot kill anywhere to the body. Let's move on to the number 6 spot, where we have the MCW 6.8, our first Modern Warfare 3 Marksman Rifle. Now, this is easy to use, but it is very underpowered. This weapon is unable to one-shot to the head, and it will be a minimum 3-shot kill. It can take upwards to 4 shots to kill at extreme ranges. This also has a slower fire rate, which simply means it's going to have a slower than average time to kill, which is why this weapon underperforms compared to the other Modern Warfare 3 Marksman Rifles. You also only have 10 rounds in the magazine, which is very inconvenient in my opinion. This will work for other weapons that can 2-shot kill, but when you're taking 3 shots to kill with this MCW, I mean, you're looking at a max of 3 kills per mag, and you have a lot of reloading. It's very inconvenient. This weapon does have fairly low recoil though, so it is easy to mix in a headshot to get a 2-shot kill, but again, you're going to be better off with the other Modern Warfare 3 Marksman Rifles. They're just easier to use. The combination of the MCW's damage and its fire rate just puts a hard ceiling on the potential for this weapon. Next up at the number 5 spot, I have the LMS from Modern Warfare 2. Think of this weapon as the MCW we just talked about. It has a tad more recoil, but it has faster handling and a faster time to kill. Now its time to kill is still below average and close to mid-range. It's not anything to brag about, but what's cool about this weapon is it will be a 3-shot kill anywhere to the body at all ranges. So beyond 40 meters, you're looking at a 360 millisecond time to kill, and this is going to be outgunning a lot of weapons in Modern Warfare 3. The only marksman rifles that outperform this at this range are the weapons at the number 1 and number 2 spot. It's an interesting weapon. I've been able to do some really cool stuff with it, and I definitely recommend you try it out. At the number 4 spot, the last of the Modern Warfare 2 Marksman Rifles is the TAQ-M. Now, this was a pretty bad weapon in Modern Warfare 2, but ironically, it saw no change to its damage or shots to kill whatsoever in Modern Warfare 3. It will be a 2 or 3 shot kill depending if you're landing your shots to the chest. The 2-shot kill clocks in at 250 milliseconds, which, believe it or not, is the fastest time to kill for a marksman rifle in the entire game right now, faster than the Modern Warfare 3 marksman rifles. And it also can one-shot to the head up to 48 meters, which is very impressive. The TAQ-M also has better range, better bullet velocity, better reload speed, and better sprint to fire compared to the top marksman rifles we'll be getting to in a second. And maybe you're wondering why this isn't higher on the list. The downsides to this weapon is that it has a slower aim down sight speed for your semi-auto marksman rifles, which makes it feel slow and clunky, and it has a significant jump in terms of recoil after the first shot. That makes it very awkward to use, and I find that the TAQ-M can be a bit inconsistent. So overall, I think this is an average weapon. It is very rewarding if you learn the recoil and land your shots, so I definitely recommend you check it out and see if it clicks with you. That brings us to the number 3 spot, the third best marksman rifle in Modern Warfare 3, which is Modern Warfare 3's DM56. This is a great weapon. It is snappy, it has fast handling, actually has the fastest aim down sight, sprint to fire, and reload speed in class. And this is the only Modern Warfare 3 marksman rifle with 20 rounds in the mag, which is lovely because this takes 3 shots to kill within its max damage range. Now, the DM56 has a faster fire rate, and it does have a meta time to kill that will outgun most ARs if you can keep up with that fire rate. Unfortunately, this weapon is unable to one-shot to the head. It just doesn't have the damage to do that. It also caught a recent nerf where before it was able to 3-shot kill at long range, now it is a guaranteed 4-shot kill beyond 53 meters. But honestly, it doesn't impact this weapon too much. It's still competitive at that range. My pet peeve with the DM56 is the recoil. And the recoil is not even the issue. The recoil is actually fairly accurate. It's the idle sway that is the major drawback. The DM56 sways much faster than average, and it looks like it sways a tad wider than usual too. And this is a deceptive stat that you need to be aware of because it does affect your accuracy. Perhaps you've caught on to this as well. I've definitely early on have used the DM56. It just feels like at times I just can't hit shots. I can't line up my target, or just gets recoil out of nowhere, and that's because of the idle sway. But overall, the DM56 feels great. I like it, but I do think it requires too much work for what it's worth. And I'd much rather use the remaining rifles that offer similar to better performance for far less work. The runner-up second best marksman rifle is the MTZ Interceptor. It's a reliable 2-shot kill anywhere to the body at any range. This clocks in at a 280 millisecond time to kill, which is the same as the DM56, and this will be outgunning a lot of weapons in this game. At one point, I considered this the best marksman rifle when it was able to one-shot to the head at any range. But unfortunately, that got nerfed. It still can one-shot to the head, but that is capped at 38 meters. This weapon also has a deceptively accurate recoil. It seems like it kicks a lot, and I think that's because of a combo of the slower fire rate and its view kick animation, but this weapon, if you spray it at a wall, it's an actual laser beam. There's no need to adjust this at all. This weapon is the king of consistency. You literally just point and shoot and your target will die. Now, the downsides for the MTZ is it does have a slow aim down sight and sprint to fire speed. However, it does have noticeably faster strafe speed, and when it comes to attachments, you have a much wider selection of attachments that you may not consider using with other weapons. That's because this basically has infinite range, so you don't need to worry about penalizing range, and the recoil is so good on this weapon that you can primarily use a lot of aim down sight attachments to boost that speed back up without needing to worry about recoil penalties. So this is a tank of a marksman rifle. I love the consistency you get with this. You can just aim down sight and just start picking people off. It feels fantastic. That brings us to the number 1 spot, but a quick reminder, if you haven't dropped a like on this video, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. But at the number 1 spot, the absolute best marksman rifle in this game is the KVD Enforcer. Now, why is this weapon the best? Well, it has the longest one-shot headshot range. It's essentially the same as the TAQ-M. It takes 2 to 3 shots to kill at all ranges. If you land your shots to the chest and up, you're looking at the fastest time to kill, clocking in at 260 milliseconds. Well, let me amend that. It's not as fast as the TAQ-M, that's 250 milliseconds, but it's much faster than every other marksman rifle that we've gone over. This is only beaten by select SMGs in this game. The KVD also has laser beam recoil and quick ADS speed. It's checking off all the important stats. It's an easy to use weapon, and if you pace your shots, the KVD is going to wreck. The downsides to this weapon is it does have the second slowest sprint to fire speed in class and a slow reload. But that doesn't stop me from being able to play aggressively with it. And it's just as easy to sit back and pick people off with it from range like you'd expect to with a marksman rifle. You get the best of both worlds with the KVD. It kills quick, it kills quick, and it kills quick, and it feels great. I just love it, but that's just my opinion. As always, you're welcome to leave your own worst to best list. Maybe you disagree with me on a few marksman rifles. If so, leave a comment. Again, please don't forget to tap that like button, get subscribed to the channel if you aren't already, especially if you made it all the way through this video. My name's D, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all on the next source to best, which is going to be the shotguns, and that's coming out very soon.